What's up, family? This one I want to talk on is as far as a person that becomes empowered and ego trip, or should I say, you know how a person can become into a power in certain things, and then in that wicked mind state, they feel as if they're better than the ones that's not in that power, and they get to become arrogant as if they have attained an achievement or a measure of achievement that the one that they're looking down to unattainable. But that is not reality. So it's like a tribe. Some people, like far as black folks, when they get into power, that's more so that most blacks have not attained to yet because of the conditions that we have been brought through over the centuries, and they get to that position, they become more into the mind state of the ones they're surrounded by, as far as like a white supremacist mind state, or I'm better than you because I have attained this and you have not. I am smart, you are dumb. I am empowered and you are not. And they can become sick in that mentality. But a wise individual that sees an individual in that attainment of something sees their weaknesses, even though they're so egotistically thinking that they're so much empowered that they don't see their own weaknesses. But a righteous person will see your weaknesses and won't stab a staff in it. They may put a staff beside your weakness just to let you know, like, look, I could have, but I didn't. It's like Solomon and was it David? Solomon and Moses or something. But one of them, he could have easily took Solomon out. Samson out. But he didn't. And even after Samson seen this individual recognizes his weaknesses, he didn't go about the matter in a way to crush him, even though he could. But I've sensed this frequency. I've sensed this mind state. You know, some people are so sick that they display their mentality in the words that they speak to other individuals. And if you are wise enough, you can pick them up. It can be a word. It can be a reaction or a way of how they carry themselves or react to something that you say. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can say you can smile and say hi to a person genuinely, and they look at you like, ugh. Or they may look at you and smile back. Or they may look at you and say, what? Or they may choose not to even look, or as if they even hear. But see, through all those frequencies and behavioral outputs, you can tune in to their thinking. And I don't know if they know it totally so, some of them, but And if they do know it, totally so, and that was the impression that they was given, yet you're not that bad. You're not that tough. You really think it's like that, huh? That be those, that's like the bully. And he picks on the wrong one. He picked on the wrong one on the wrong day. And get his tail whipped and get a reality check in his thinking. So, saying all this to say is, be humble in your thinkings and your going abouts. Don't go over the world as if you feel that you're so better than another person, because there's always another one that's bigger and better than you. God is always bringing in existence. They may not even be on the scene yet. They may be in the womb preparing for that. Then all of a sudden, you see it. So be humble. Humble in the way of your mentality. Humble in the way of your actions and your treatments and your thoughts of other individuals. Then you have some that feel, they fall for the victim of feeling that they're so weak, or, yeah, you are better than me. They get that inferior mind state because they have been beaten on or oppressed so long that they begin to feel and think that that's exactly the truth when it's not. And I'd like to say to those individuals that feel as if you're in a hard spot where nobody cares for you, nobody is listening to you, you feel as if nobody, there's no hope left. Don't give up. You came into this world by yourself. There was nobody there in the womb with you, being shaped and molded by your mother with the intelligence of your father and the essence of God, but you. You didn't have no crowd around you inside the womb going against gravity to get to the egg. You didn't have nobody as a coach on your side to tell you, no, go left, go right. You didn't have that. You had the intelligence of your father. You didn't have nobody in the womb trying to hold you down or beat you down. Nothing but the truth itself, gravity, or whatever you want to call it, going against the forces of nature. But obviously there was a force inside of you that was greater than the forces that was outside of you. Even though many would think that the forces outside of you were greater than the forces on inside of you. See? You have to sometimes dig deep inside in that internal force. You don't need them outside forces for backup. You don't need those, even if those outside forces are against you. If you're right, you're right. If they wrong, they wrong. The talk is just talk. The actions is just actions. But are you not able to make your next move? Within the next second? Within the next minute? Within the next hour? Aren't you able to make another move the next day? Aren't you able to make another move the next week? The next month? The next year? The next century? See, sometimes moves are just for a second. Sometimes they're for, the forces moves are for hours, days, months, years. But if Allah, God, whatever name you want to call him by, allows you a move after that move. You can even counteract those moves. That's saying there's a force inside of you that's still in the game. So why consider it a checkmate when it ain't a checkmate? You took out a pawn, so you made a move that could put me in a check, but it ain't checkmate. Mate. What is a check? What is a mate? Someone that's in the same position, that's in something with you for a particular purpose. But what is a meet? A person that help you meet your goals. This is a checkmate. It was only a checkmate. Just like having sex with somebody. You might have had sex with them, but that don't mean they your help meet your goals and accomplishments in life. It was only a checkmate. It wasn't a checkmate. So never give up. All right there, family. Keep your heads up. Stay focused and read. Peace.